Alright, so you might notice that I'm recording with the old camera, or the new old camera. Yeah, this is going to get confusing. With the 1080p, or actually it's a 720p camera, but no matter what I do, just the way I upload this with Windows Movie Maker makes it think it's 1080p for some reason, which is fine with me. But since YouTube automatically bumps this to the top quality, you're probably watching this in not 1080 720, even though it says it's 1080. But the thing is, I still have the camera, but I wanted to talk about a couple of things from previous videos. And the first of these things is that I feel like I might have been a bit too hard on whether or not I'll be using this camera, this modern camera, except modern is not a good word either. This camera that's not as old as I am, not even near it. So the thing is, I wanted to explain that I'm not gonna totally stop using it. In fact, it might even still be the majority. It's just once in a while I like playing around with this new toy, and I have it and it's fun and it's $5 and I like playing with it. But I still understand that looking at like a 240 picture for more than like 10 minutes at a time might get old. I think I still will record some stock footage with it, so you will get full videos at some point with it. But I don't know. But I understand that if there's no details and you're just looking at the wind or the wind blow through a tree anyways, not being able to see the leaves because the quality is so bad just kind of defeats the point. But if I get a nice picture, like I had that entire tree, there was nothing behind it, and it was all bright out, so it looked really fun as the picture. I haven't taken any sort of like photography or filmography or whatever class, or lessons or lectures or anything like that, so I don't really know what makes a good scene. But but with my very tiny, if non-existent possibly knowledge, I see a good scene, I'll probably record it with that. So that's what it comes down to with that. The next thing is that for my the battery, that's what I was going to talk about too. I have a new battery. I don't know if I made any videos in the time the battery hadn't come. I probably would have, except that it came early. It said it was going to come like 2 weeks later, and I was all worried about that, partly because I had a final to take, and I was worried that I would have to, well, I guess taking it inside wouldn't be the end of the world, but anyways, I work better when there is sunlight. Anyways, I was worried about that, but it came a whole week early, and I'm glad in the end I didn't buy any of the faster shipping. I didn't even buy the $5 option for 2 extra days, because it came a whole week early, and that's really not, yeah, it actually came earlier than the $25 extra shipping option, which said it would have come a day after it did. Anyways, so I got the new battery. I don't know how well it works, because weirdly enough, it's not really telling me how many minutes I have left on it. But it seems to me like I've more or less got like 4 hours if it's, if it's minimum brightness and nothing's running, and more like maybe 2:15 if I'm filming, which is what I had before, which is nice. Yeah, so this is just a little update. I wanted to point out that, I'm not changing too much, and it doesn't seem that I even have to make very many videos where I have to be plugged into a port either. Yeah. But that said, if I do find any other toys to play with on this channel that I can get for around $5, I might just get them, because it's fun to play around on this channel. The whole point of having 100 series, other than the fact that it lets me talk about anything, And you know, the reason that I want to be able to talk about anything and that I don't like commit to trying to make one series and then making it every week or something like that, or with my whole planned upload schedule, with doing the whole thing where like Monday's video is always this series and Wednesday's video is always or Thursday's video is always this series, or Monday's video is always one of the intellectual series and Thursday's video is always one of the art sciences video series, or something like that. The reason I'm not committing to something like that is because I want to be able to just do anything. It takes out the mediocrity. I think the main problem so many channels have from creating something truly awesome is that on this YouTube website is that so many of them grow to hate their own product. They grow to hate doing it. I mean, sure, there's a million gaming channels, probably half of them are Minecraft channels, but I can't put it past them. I'd watch half their series if I knew that they were actually going to stick through with the whole every week thing. But I think the thing I want to point out is that I don't think I'm better than those people making those Minecraft, those gaming channels with Minecraft videos. So I think the point when they went wrong is exclusively trying to make one kind of content, or trying to make one kind of content repeatedly. I can get behind the whole behind the whole constant uploads thing, but what it comes down to is, and I understand that that really how the big channels are able to maintain their business is really what it is, of that kind of videos, is that they have to make their videos more or less constant. I mean, some of the huge ones, it doesn't matter, like PewDiePie or something like that, where they make like a couple $1,000s for every million views or something. So chances are, or at least they make like 1,000 or 2,000, I think. So he gets like 4,000 on anything, or 4 million on anything he makes. So he doesn't have to do anything special or organized. But I understand that a lot of the channels have to have an organized, like, this is what I upload, this is when I upload it, and this is a series that's going to go constantly. But this is a small channel. I gain nothing from it other than the product which I build, and not even that, because this is something which ideally I build I build constantly, so it's just constantly getting more impressive. There isn't a particular point when I'll be able to stand back and say, okay, this is done. This channel is done, and look at the beautiful thing I made. Ideally, that point doesn't exist aside from like my own death, or like nuclear apocalypse or something like that. But or zombie apocalypse. We could always have a fun apocalypse. If you don't think zombies are fun, you should go look up what radiation does to the human body. Or don't. Just trust me on that. So the thing is, the thing is that this is no longer a quick update. This is just a normal vlog, which is fine. This is 8 minutes. The thing is, I've realized that those people making those videos weren't, what they were doing was, well, they're with those Minecraft YouTube channel, like you'd see them, they'd go pretty well, like they'd record, it would be pretty obvious that what they would do is they would record like 6 episodes of a thing, they'd go make them into videos, and then they'd upload them like once a week or something like that. And then after a couple of weeks, they'd go back and make a couple more, and then they would stop. It seems like for most of them, they would just stop. And usually somehow they magically appeared with 20 subscribers or 30 or something. So maybe there is something to this whole gaming thing. Maybe I should make a Minecraft. I should make some Minecraft videos. I mean, I think I could probably run Minecraft on this computer weak as it is. Pretty sure that one of the allures of that game early on was that like you could run it on anything. But the thing is, it seems like they would only really get away with like 2 or 3 or maybe 4 recording sessions. And the only reason they had so many videos is because they just split them up into 10-15 minute chunks, which is fine. It's just that the thing is, I want to be able to have 1,000 recording sessions, or at least I want to be able to have 50 a year or something like that, record 2 or 3 videos each. I think with my twice a week thing, 52 weeks in the year, theoretically I should have 104 videos per year. So if I record 3 or 4 videos each time, I should be able to have something like 70 recording sessions throughout the year. Yeah, I think it would go up and down. Sometimes I only record 1 video, sometimes I record 6, stuff like that. So, about 65, 70 recording sessions in a year. So that's why I make this channel like I do. I don't want it to be a chore to sit down and record these things. Which ties into like playing with that new camera and getting new toys for this channel. That I want to do this in a way that I can enjoy it. That sitting down to do this really just feels like I'm getting my thoughts out. It feels like I'm just talking to someone, or it feels like I'm just explaining something, or like I'm playing with a new toy. I'm playing with a new camera I got. That camera, even the $5 expense, would have been a waste if I didn't have this channel. For all that I saw a camera for $5, still would have been a waste, considering the last time I think I've Skype called someone with a camera was like months ago, 6 or 7 or something. So, because usually it's just texting or voice Skype or voice call. So I want to be able to use this channel as something which is a distinct part of my life, not as something which I have to do, not as a chore, because I feel like that's how those other channels die. They make it into a habit, and then they make it into a chore, or they don't even make it into a habit and it just becomes a chore off the bat. Because I've seen distinct channels. There's been people with like 50,000 or 100,000 subscribers who quit because they turned making videos into a habit. They had to do it. They did it, and that was fine. You do. There is that old thing where you do something for 20 days and it's a habit. Of course, that's not actually true. That's for like the people who get habits really quickly, which I'm glad I'm not that kind of person. Otherwise, like the rare occasions on which I have drank, I would have become an alcoholic. Or at least I would have desired to do it again, which hasn't been any of my experiences with alcohol, thankfully. Or maybe not thankfully. It's a very social drink. Anyways, that's a psychology episode, not a... Well, it could be a vlog. Anyways, the thing is, it takes like 60 days or something like that to make something into a habit, but they do. They make making videos into a habit. It's something they have to do, and it's something they do. But the problem is, eventually it gets to the point where they might break it for a couple days. They just don't make a video for 2 weeks, and then they realize that they just gain no enjoyment out of it. And I don't want to do that with this. I want this to be... I think that if I can keep the whimsicality of this channel, I think that it'll never become something which I have to do it. It's so grudging. I have to go do it, or it's like a chore, or even it's like a habit, like brushing my teeth. There's major downsides to brushing my teeth, but if I didn't have to brush my teeth, I wouldn't. And I think a lot of people would agree with me. It's not something I do because I want to. It's something I do because I have to, and I'm in the habit of it, or I'm kind of in the habit of it, considering I keep forgetting. But that's not here or there. What it comes down to is I want this to be something I do because I like doing it, not because it's something which I feel I have to do. Because as soon as I have to do it, I feel like that's the point when it's got a lifespan, when it's gonna die before I will, is more or less the thing. I mean, sooner or later, it's gonna become a habit to do it more but it's going to become an integral part of my life. Probably at like 3 years of having this channel. I mean, I'm not even out of 1 year yet, so this is getting way ahead of myself, of course, but probably at like 3 years of having my channel, or maybe even 2, it's going to get to the point where this is just one of the things which is part of me, like reading books, or yeah, like sleeping or something like that. It's just going to be one of the things which I am, is the owner of the Hasemage channel, and, you know, Hasemage. One of the things I am is Hasemage, rather than one of the things which I like doing sometimes is Hasemage. It will be that I am Hasemage, and that is one of my describing factors. And that's going to be a magical time, because that's going to be the silver age, if not the golden age, of this channel, because that'll be the point in time when whatever this channel is, it will be exactly that, and I will have it down, and I will be able to just be this channel. I will be able to just keep doing this channel without it being either a chore or stressful. It'll just be this channel. It'll just be one of the things I do, like breathing or sleeping or breeding. I'll just do it because it's one of the things which is qualifiable as me being myself. Yeah, so this was one crazy amount of rambling. Hope you enjoyed the video anyways. Yeah, and I hope I explained a lot of stuff. Yeah, well, enjoy the dogs. All right, so I suppose he's saying goodbye for us. Yeah.